Alright, so we're moving right along in our mathematical Python here, I guess you would call it, dealing with math. And I mentioned in a previous tutorial that floating point numbers are not all that accurate, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at the round function that will give us the ability to make the numbers a little bit more accurate. The issue is it's not always accurate. So let's take a look at the round function. Alright, so what is a round built-in function? It's a function that Python provides us to round numbers. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at that. Let's just do a simple equation where we may need to use a round built-in function. So 7.6 plus 8.7, hit return, we get 16.29, a bunch of 9s and a 7. Alright, well that ain't going to fly in my program because that's just ugly to look at and there's no need for that. So let's go ahead and use a round function. Alright, so round, and then parentheses, like that, that's how the round built-in function is written. So if we go inside there and we do 7.6 plus 8.7, alright, so that was our equation we ran up here. That is one argument round takes. Now round takes a second argument, which is separated by a comma, and it says how many decimal points after the decimal, or how many numbers after the decimal point, that's what I should have said in the first place, do we want. So if we put 1, it's going to return this. If we put 2, it's going to return this. If we put 3, it's going to return this. So let's go ahead and just put 1 because we just want 6.3, okay? So what the number should be. So let's hit return and we get 6.3. Now when it rounds, if it rounds to the number rounds to like 6.30, it's not going to return it to us. So let's take a look at that one more time. I'm going to push the up arrow and that will return my last argument. Now I'm going to push back, hit delete, put 2, hit return. I still get 0.3 because when it rounds to 16.30. It's not going to show me the 0. So there's the round function. Alright, so you get a little bit of idea how that works. Let's take a look at another example, and let's do a is equal to 0.1 plus 0.2, call a, and we get 0.300, a bunch of zeros and a 4. As we know, looking at this should have returned 0.3, correct? Alright, let's take a look at this example. Let's do round, and then inside there we're going to put our variable of a, alright, because that's our number we want to round. And then we're going to do a comma, and then this time we're going to do 1 again. Hit return, and we get 0.3. Alright, cool, we're getting there because, as we all know, 0.1 plus 0.2 is 0.3, right? It's not this ridiculously long number, which is returned to us because of the calculation between floating point numbers and fractions, and that's why we get screwy floating point numbers in Python. Let's take a look at one more example. B is equal to 9.5434, alright, times 98245.8943. Usually when I'm showing you guys this, I'm just throwing numbers out there, but I want this one to be pretty accurate to one I came up with before. Alright, let's hit B, and this is our number. Alright, it's a pretty ridiculous number if you ask me. Now we want to round it to the 4th decimal point after the 4th number after the decimal point. So in this equation we do, or use round function like this, we do B and then 4, hit return, and now we got our ridiculously long number, and it rounded up to the 4th point after the decimal. Alright, so that is how round function works and can help us, but the round function can also hurt us a little bit. So let's take a look at this. Command K will clear our screen. Now let's look at some of the issues we might face with the round function. Let's do C is equal to 2.675. All right. And then inside there, we're going to call round C, oops, comma, 2. All right. So we know the number is 2.675. Let's hit return. We get 2.67. Well, you remember basic math. If you have a 5, it should round up, correct? Well, in theory, this number is actually 2.674, something like that. All right, it's not actually 5, but it's being returned to us as 6.75. All right, so it doesn't round up. So that could be an issue if you build some kind of financial software and you're losing a penny somewhere. All right, someone might be a little upset with you. Let's take a look at another one. Let's do this time round 8.875, and we're gonna round it to the nearest 2. Hit return. We get 8.888. Okay. So this one works properly, correct? This one rounds up to 8.88, where this one should have rounded up 2.678. This one rounds up. So dealing with this issue, especially if you're using something, building a program that needs some kind of precision with its numbers, like say you're building software to launch a rocket. If you're off by 1 decimal point, you're going to have a world of hurt. So to fix this, we can look in the next tutorial. We're going to look at the decimal module, which will be even more precise than the round function. So be careful using the round function, but it does help. So I'll see you in the next tutorial. Have a nice day.